everybody, it's Christy back with another video, and today we are going to do an art haul. So in one of my previous videos I mentioned that my birthday is right around Christmas, and so this is my one time of year that I'm gifted a ton of supplies from generous friends and family, and I get a lot of gift cards. So I do a lot of my buying all kind of at once here. I am kind of doing a sort of no spend this year. I'm going to try to not spend excess money or just go online and buy art supplies, and really spend the time using what I have on the channel, with the exception of like the art boxes that I already have paid for and get. But other than that, I really want to try to focus on things that I have purchased and prepared for this year for the channel. So yeah, I'm going to go through some of the stuff that I got. And I think that you'll find some really fun stuff in here, and you'll get some sneak peeks about what's coming on the channel. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so here we go with our haul. We're going to start with one of the first things that I received, which is this beautiful set of watercolors from Lefranc Bourgeois. I don't know if you are familiar with Lefranc Bourgeois. It is a watercolor company in Europe, and their stuff isn't terribly easy to get here. I got their gouache in an up crate and I loved it, so I wanted to try their watercolors. They're okay. I mean, I've only really swatched and played a little bit, but these guys are okay. I had some issues with this set because it is labeled one way, and then there's two colors in here that weren't in the original set. The Prussian blue is a pretty weak Prussian blue, so I'm going to augment this set just a little bit. And this palette it looks nice, but it is not sturdy. These things have fallen out a few times. Like, you can see how wobbly wibbly. I don't like that. So I bought a palette to put these in as well. It's on its way here, just because I want the paints to be functional. If I don't like the palette and I don't like the setup, I feel like I'm not going to use them. So I'm going to make some minor adjustments to this palette, and you will be hearing about it later on the channel. But if this is affordable to you in Europe, I would definitely recommend it. I would not recommend it over the De La Rowney Aquafine paints. I think that these are similar to the De La Rowney Aquafine paints, but I like those ones a little bit better. But again, this was I'm always glad to try new paint, and I will use it because I believe in using your supplies. The second watercolor palette that I got, I do really like, and that is the Van Gogh. I believe mine is the botanical set. So I have been using this guy. I really like it. Again, every watercolor set that you can see how much nicer the palette is here. I really, even though it's spaced out, I really do like it. It feels more compact, even though it's kind of a little bit chunky, but I don't mind it. I really like this paint set. There are a couple of things, again, that I would tweak, but that's just color selection. The nice thing about Van Gogh is that they do offer open stock. So it's something that we're able to get open stock. These paints have been a dream. I'm very excited to own them and work with them. What I did get to go with this was a gift, and it was a wonderful gift, and I'm so thankful for it. But what I did get to go with it was the Van Gogh dot card. So this is the dot card with all 72 colors. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use it to help me inform this palette. So I'm going to just see what I like and then see what I need to augment with. That is the plan here for these two things. So this is the watercolor dot card from Van Gogh. I'm very excited about having both of those. This is the dot card that I have up on the community poll right now. So if you want to see that one sooner than later, make sure that you vote in the poll. Speaking of dot cards, here's some other things that I have that are dot card adjacent. Well, one's dot cards. One is the Da Vinci watercolor sample set. It is massive. It is all of these boxes, and they come in. I'm just going to pull the first one out so you can see. They've got these huge hefty dots of paint. Everything is explained. It would be nice for me to be able to make a gigantic like swatch card that I could kind of put in here. And yeah, so these are also available as something that I may swatch. I'm excited to swatch these. There's a bunch of them, and I feel like it's going to be really fun. I've never worked with Da Vinci paint. I've heard really good things. And third up in the sort of dot card section is this set of Holbein paints. This is Holbein watercolor. I love Holbein gouache of all the varieties, but I have never played with Holbein watercolor. So this I got from, I believe it was Rosie Art. I don't know. I will link the channel, or I'm sorry, the Etsy shop where I got this below. But I did definitely pick these up from an Etsy shop. It is quarter pan sets. This was the best I could do to kind of get a feeler for Holbein. I thought this would be fun. This was the recommendation when I went on a couple of my Facebook groups and asked, like, how do you guys try Holbein paint? They said go to Etsy, so that's what I did. So this is also going to be one of the things that we test out on the channel in the upcoming months. Okay, now let's take a look at some paintbrushes. So I don't have them all in here, but I did get these Flydom Art paintbrushes as a gift, and I wanted them because they are really nice looking quill brushes. If you want to look here, I have one of them out. And it also came with a water brush, which is kind of curious, but that's okay. And they have these really beautiful, like, transparent, translucent handles. And so I just wanted to try this watercolor paint brush brand. I'd never seen it before. I thought it might be really fun, especially these bigger brushes aren't normally something I work with, but they have really nice tips on them. So I'm excited to try that. Upcoming, we will see how they feel. I have two watercolor books that I got. The first one I bought myself. That's this one. Watercolor Lessons, How to Paint and Unwind in 20 Tutorials by Emma Lefebvre. I talk about Emma all the time on this channel. I love Emma. She is just an amazing human being, and I am so excited that she put out this watercolor book. So I cannot wait to get into this. I cannot wait to play with it. Just beautiful detailed illustrations. She's got QR codes in here for a tutorial there. Those are her peonies. You know how they're great. She's got some more detailed things in here. It's just a phenomenal book, and I think I'm going to have so much fun relaxing and playing with this. It's available on Amazon. Again, anything that I got, I will link below so that you can see where I picked stuff up. But this I got on Amazon. And then another watercolor book that I've been wanting for a while. I love pocket watercolor books. And so I purchased this pocket watercolor book. It's Terry Harrison's pocket book for watercolor artists. There's 100 tips in here. I just think things like this are really wonderful for inspiration on the go. I think that it's really fun to see what people are doing and like problems, just things that even if you know them, it's really fun to use a book to maybe help you pick something up you've never done before, like painting grasses like this. Definitely different than I've done it in the past, so that's something that's going to be fun for me. But anyway, I'm very excited about playing with this as well. I always love some good book inspiration. I know I got one more paint set. Let me find it. Yep, I knew I was missing a paint set, and here it is. I bought the Art Nouveau set of Gansai Tambi paints. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I have about 30 Gansai Tambi paints already, and this was the muted Art Nouveau set. I got it with a gift card, and I am loving it. It's really fun to play with. Got really neat different colors, and I have just been enjoying this color palette in this like dreary time of year a whole lot. Been playing with it a ton. So that is something that I can review. If you want me to kind of go through it, swatch it, tell you what it's about, just say the word and I will do so on the channel. You know I love to do what you want to see. Again, with a gift card, I picked up these. These are for either pastels or you can use them with colored pencils. I needed one for my blending stumps so that I can sharpen up my blending stumps easily, but this just has sandpaper on it. And I got a good deal on Amazon. I will link where I bought these, but that's what they are for. They're just little sanding blocks. And they were just something I bought with a gift card. But if you've never seen these before, they have a lot of really cool uses that you can use if you have graphite, or like I said, I just use them to sand my blending blocks, which I've been using more when it comes to things like colored pencils and graphite, so I wanted to have these. All right, and I think that brings me to my big purchase, which I'm really excited to show you. Oh no, it doesn't. Almost. You gotta wait a little longer. All right, I also got a few things at Blick whenever I bought the Van Gogh dot card. I picked up a couple things that I've been looking at. I like these Derwent paint pens. I think they're neat, and they have really tiny nibs. I'll show you what they look like. I think they work pretty well for what they are. But there's a white one, 2 gray ones, a black one, and a silver one in here. So this was like a nice set for me to have. They're 0.5. They look like a fine liner. Actually, they're wrapped, so I'm not going to unwrap them. They look like a fine liner on the edge like this, and then they're actually a paint pen. So they are pretty cool. I like them a lot. I like them a little better than the Precise Posca. So I just wanted to pick up this set since I was getting stuff at Blick. Also from Blick, I picked up two, I don't know why I can't say things today. I picked up 2 tubes of Daler-Rowney Aquafine paint. I picked up Prussian Blue and Sap Green. These are going to go in the palette that I use with my Lefranc Bourgeois paints. Because like I said, the Prussian Blue I felt was really weak. And there wasn't a Sap Green. That was like the color they were missing, which to me is just like, I can't paint without a sap green or an olive green or some kind of earthy green. I need it when I'm working in watercolor. It's a non-negotiable, and so I don't want to keep having to mix it. I know it'll drive me crazy. So I bought these Aquafine because they are more accessible to me than the Lefranc Bourgeois paint, and I feel they're very similar. I love Daler-Rowney Aquafine. I have the big palette of all of the Daler-Rowney Aquafine colors. I'm going to talk about that at some point this year too. Another thing I was excited to pick up at Blick was some of these Inktense paint pans in antique white. So I don't know if you've seen people talk about these. I've talked about them a few times myself, but these half pans of this antique white, it's almost like if somebody dried down Dr. Page Martin's Bleed Proof White. It is not a normal white pan of watercolor. It is actually like opaque ink. And that is such a great little extra in your palette if you're going to have a white. This is the one that I want. So I just got some extras because they never have them in stock. So they finally had them in stock, and I was like, I'm just going to buy 5 and put them in all the palettes I want. So that's these. All right, now for the very big thing that I bought, because I had full set syndrome and I wanted them and I wanted them, and I finally saved up enough gift cards to get the Faber-Castell 120 Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencil set. Oh, do you see these? They're so beautiful. So this is an upcoming thing we're going to talk about on the channel. I don't know when, and I haven't actually thought about playing with them yet. I'm having a little bit of precious problems with this where they're so beautiful looking, I don't want to touch them. I know every artist I know is saying, why would you buy them if you're not going to play with them? So I promise that I will, all in good time. But this is something that I have wanted for a long time, and I have been saving up the gift cards to get it, and here it is. I finally went ahead and purchased it. Merry Christmas, happy birthday to me. So I'm really excited to play with these. If you've played with them before, let me know what you think of them. I have the Magnus set and I love it, but it's big and it's hard to get into the details. So I'm really jazzed to have these and play with them. And I don't think I will buy watercolor pencils ever again unless I'm open stock, like replacing these. I think this is going to be my one and done. So that is my art haul. I think that it was a pretty decent haul. Nothing crazy, nothing gigantic, just a lot of watercolor sets. And like, I really don't need watercolor sets. I'm trying to pile it all on here so that we can see it all in the frame. Okay, there's those. We have this watercolor set. There. It's like so many watercolor sets. And yeah, there's a few more things, but I think that for the purpose of my desk, this is about what you're going to be able to see right now. So what are you excited to see me play with? I am super jazzed for all of this upcoming. And like I said, I bought a lot with Christmas, between gifts and my birthday and Christmas, I kind of did most of my yearly spending right here, right now. And now it's over, and we're just going to play. We're just going to be really excited to play with a lot of this upcoming on the channel. Please leave me a comment below telling me the thing you are most excited to see me play with. And that's going to be it for me today. I hope that this inspires you to get out some things that you already have and do something artsy today. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.